Hey everybody, my name is Julia Shank, and I'm just making this video really quick to describe why I've chosen to become a Beachbody coach recently. I've had a lot of people asking me already, and I felt like telling my story would be a good way to let you know. My story goes back quite a while, and I feel like I need to tell you my history to really give you the idea of why I'm becoming a Beachbody coach. So it started out when I was a little girl. I was zany, I was fun, and as I got a little older, around 4 or 5, I started getting teased a little bit, and I became pretty insecure. I was always picked last at recess or in PE when there were activities outside. I was classified as the girly girl. Don't pick Julia, she'll break a nail and she won't be happy about it. And I became so insecure. I became so scared to do anything physical because at that young age, when you hear those things, you can't help but believe it. Believe that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not fast enough. And that really stuck with me. That stuck with me until I was older. When I went to junior high, I was bigger for my age. Growing up, I had 4 sisters, and I'm between the oldest, and I'm the second oldest. And my older sister and my sister directly under me, they're very naturally thin and fit, and I had more curves than they did, and I didn't really understand at that young age that that could be normal and that I just had a different body type. But I sincerely felt like I was big and I was overweight. And so when I went to junior high, I started getting teased again. A lot of the girls my age were very different build. They were skinny and I was very curvy at an early age and I didn't understand. And I felt like I had to lose weight at all times and I felt like I had to fit in. But I couldn't because I wasn't thin. And here were these really skinny girls and they were talking about how they needed to lose weight. And so if they needed to lose weight, then I definitely needed to. And so that was really hard on me. And then I went into high school. It was a lot more of a positive experience. But in my sophomore year of high school, my grandpa died. And that was a really traumatic experience for me. And I didn't really know how to handle it. Death was new. And even though I had the feeling and the testimony that I'd see him someday, I didn't really know how to cope. And so I turned to sugar a lot when my heart was hurting. And I really think that's when my sugar addiction really went into play. Um, I would just think about my grandpa and I would just start eating sugar. And it just went on. I never felt good about myself. I dreaded PE. I dreaded any time that anyone wanted to do something outside. I wasn't the typical girl who would go outside and play during the summertime. I would stay inside, I'd do crafts, I would do my own thing, but the idea of going swimming or putting on a swimsuit was just the death of me. And looking back, that's so sad to me, but that's what my reality was. My junior year of high school, I remember specifically there was one day that I saw a picture of myself and I didn't recognize who I was. Looking back now, I didn't look bad, but it was definitely not what I knew my potential was. And I knew something had to give. I knew something had to change because I had been taught my whole life by my parents that I was beautiful and that I was of worth and I was special, and that I was a daughter of Heavenly Father. But there's one thing being taught that, and there's one thing to truly know for yourself that, and I hadn't gotten that quite yet. And there was something inside of me that kept saying, "You gotta do this, Julie. You've gotta take care of yourself." And I had this incredible friend. She just pulled me under her wing. She was totally into fitness, and she said, "You know what? Let me help you. Let's do this together." And she held me accountable. We'd go to the gym every day together. We would work out hard, and for the first time, I felt like someone really believed in me and didn't tell me that I couldn't do it. And that did so much for me. And that summer, I lost 30 pounds and I looked better than I ever had. I was happy, I was healthy, I was satisfied with the way I looked. And that's when I went into my senior year of high school, and that was the first year that I tried out for things and I went for things that I never did before because I had that confidence. And then, unfortunately, towards the end of that year, I was dating someone on and off, and we were having a conversation. And there was one day where he said, "You know, I don't really think that we could work out." And I was really concerned, and I was like, "Why is that?" And he said, "I'm convinced that it's kind of inevitable that you'll get fat." Um, and to this day, I don't know why he said that, but at that point in my life, I was the skinniest I had ever been. And not even skinny, but I was healthy. I was fit. And for someone that at the time I cared so much about, that he would have the nerve to tell me that I would be fat and that's why I wasn't lovable to him was absolutely beyond me. And it did something to me that I can't even really describe. It crushed my heart. It crushed me. And so years passed, and the experience has haunted me to this day. Exercise became something that I had to do in order to not be fat. And so it became such a negative thing. And so when I would work out, tears often would be involved, and all these dark feelings of self-doubt and worry that I would never be enough for someone or even enough for myself. And so then just 2 years ago, I had had enough. I was like, I can't let this young man control the way I treat myself. And so I said, I'm going to take control again. And so after eating well and exercising, I lost 15 pounds and I felt really good again. But that summer I got really busy. I was working as a counselor for youth camp, and I kind of went off the boat. But I didn't gain any of the weight, but I lost the habits. But that's when I met my husband. I just fell head over heels for him, and we became best friends. But the more and more I got to know my husband, the more I learned that sports and an active lifestyle were just a huge part of his life. And I was still at that point mentally that I didn't feel like I would be the girl that he would want, and that he deserved someone who was fit, skinny, and who really knew how to be have those active adventures with him. But luckily for me, he saw me for exactly who I was, and we fell in love, and he's always treated me like the queen that I am, and he's told me that I'm beautiful and that I have a beautiful body, and he really helped me see that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So we got married and things were great, but even marriage didn't fix a lot of my insecurities. His family is very active and they like to do fun and active things. And so when we would go and do, whether it would be volleyball or just go outside and play soccer or basketball, I would have panic attacks because I felt like I couldn't offer them what they deserved or what they needed. It was just this horrible thought that kept recurring in my mind, and that I wasn't skinny enough, or I wasn't athletic enough to be what they wanted me to be. So again, I decided to get on board and to get healthy. And then, surprise, we found out that we were pregnant with our son. We were so happy, but in the back of my mind, I was a little petrified because I didn't start my pregnancy off at an ideal weight that I wanted to be. So I was scared, but I was determined that I would go into that pregnancy and not gain more than I needed to. And I was so proud of myself that I watched what I ate and I made sure that I was active as much as I could be. And I only gained the amount that the doctor prescribed me to do, which was great. But that doesn't change the fact that being a mom changes your body completely. And so I had my beautiful son. He was incredible, the best blessing that we've ever had. But that doesn't mean that I was satisfied with my body. And to this day, I have a hard time. But my husband and I, we have decided that we are going to be healthy. And it wasn't until I saw my son and, I knew I had to be an active and happy and wholesome mom for him because that's what he deserved. It's not enough for me to be the mom on the sidelines who sits in a chair because I can't run with him, or because I don't believe in myself enough to run with him. And so I made the hard decision to go to therapy a few months ago, and it's absolutely changed my life. It's caused me to learn that these self-depleting thoughts that I had weren't normal, and that I could be in control to change them. And so since then, I've been able to truly learn that I have worth and that I have something to give. And so there's a little history to the turmoil and the things that I've gone through mentally and physically. But there's so much joy to be had because now I know that I can do this. So as a recap, the why behind me becoming a Beachbody coach is one, because I love myself and I am worth this. I am worth becoming healthy physically, spiritually, and mentally. Two, because I want to be there for my family and friends. I want to help them and inspire them if they want to join my journey in becoming healthy, and want to help them know that they can become what they've dreamed of being their entire lives if they so choose to. Three, I really believe in the Beachbody products. I believe that there is something for everyone and that they have your worth and your happiness in mind when they create all of their products, and that they do truly have something for every personality. Four, I want to be there for my kids. I want them to know that health is important and that it should be a part of their everyday lives. And five, I really want to be able to help my family financially. We are a young family we're both full-time students, and there's a lot of expenses that are involved. We want to be able to have a car that we can purchase so that we can have our family grow, so that we can have more kids and that we can buy a home. And we don't want to do that with any debt. We want to be able to be not only physically fit, but financially fit as well. Those are my whys as to why I'm becoming a Beachbody coach. If you are interested in becoming a Beachbody coach, or if you're interested in the Beachbody products and changing your lifestyle and your health, please contact me. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to be able to help you come up with a plan of action to change your life. Together we can do it, and I'd love to help you and be your mentor along the way. So go ahead and give me a contact, and again, thank you so much for watching and experiencing this journey with me. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.